In this episode, we unpack where it all begins, our family of origin. It can be helpful to look back so we can move forward. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here. Here we talk about personal development, relationships, and mental health, just to name a few. My name is Carmen, a registered counsellor who is passionate about coming alongside people. This podcast is designed to create a discussion and bring awareness around what matters most in life, and that includes you. The goal is that each episode will leave you feeling encouraged, equipped, and empowered so you can live your best life. Let's get started. Hello, and I hope you're keeping well. Last week was the launch of the podcast, and I'm so grateful for all of you who were a part of it. It was great to connect with you, and I appreciate your feedback, reviews, and your words of encouragement. So if this is your first time listening to the podcast, I'm glad that you're here. So just a bit of a recap. In episodes 1, 2, and 3, I share a bit of my story and why I started the podcast. And now we are starting to unpack topics to encourage, equip, and empower you. On the topic of family of origin, you may have thought, what is my nationality? I am Australian born and my heritage is Maltese. My parents come from an island called Malta. If you've never heard of Malta, it's a little island situated in the Mediterranean Sea. When I say little, I'm talking smaller than Tassie. Ever since I can remember, my family would talk about life on the island and what things were like before they migrated to a land down under. I couldn't fully comprehend that side of my nationality because I had never been to Malta. A few years back, I had the opportunity to go for the very first time, and what an experience it was. As soon as the plane started to hover over the island, I felt an overwhelming feeling of coming home. It was incredible. I got to meet some family for the first time, catch up with old friends that used to live in Australia, and immerse myself in a culture that holds a special place not only in my history, but also in my heart. Since then, I came to appreciate what family of origin signifies. Family of origin is where we come from. It's the story that has been written up to this point. It can play a significant part in where we are heading and how we get there. Before I unpack this further, I understand that the topic of family can be a difficult one, and I just wanted to acknowledge that before we go ahead. If you are facing difficulties in your relationships, I encourage you to get the support that you deserve. It might be talking to someone you trust or a professional. Family of origin can play a big part in how we view the world and ourselves. It is where we learn how to do relationships, define roles, set rules that we live by, and discover our way of being in the world. Sometimes we don't realize the influence our family of origin has on our lives, and this can be in both helpful and unhelpful ways. As a counsellor, family of origin work is what I get to do with some clients, where together we look at patterns that may have been passed down through the generations, the different dynamics between family members, rules about emotions, and possible family secrets, such as divorce and addictions, just to name a few. The aim of family of origin work is to create a deeper understanding and awareness of oneself, work through any unresolved hurts, and determine what the future could potentially look like for the generations to follow. When we grow in a particular environment, it becomes our normal, and if we don't stop and take a look at why we do the things that we do, it's like we continue to live life on autopilot. The process can be empowering because we get to see things for what they are, taking what works and leaving behind what no longer does. So that's it for today's episode. As always, I'm grateful for the opportunity to come alongside you. If you know someone who might benefit from hearing this episode, why not share it with them? For more content, head over to carmendebono.com.au, and I look forward to coming alongside you again next Wednesday.